put the 24
I'm live, by the way.
I put the 24 GLE they bought from us. She's coming in for 4 tires next week at 26,000 miles.
Okay.
In AccuTrade, if you could tell me what that's worth. It's a nice car, AMG line, exclusive trim, night pack.
By the way, they'll get their previous warranty refunded to them.
Okay.
Because they didn't end up using any
If
of
they
it.
decide to trade the car in.
Well, yeah.
He thinks it's worth 51. I did not tell him the number.
He thinks it's 51 based on what?
Just, he did a KBB offer, instant cash offer.
Oh, did
But
he?
she is coming in for 4 tires. Her maintenance isn't due until 29,000.
Well, he's got 10,000 more miles than the average.
You think it's worth 50 grand?
I don't know, buddy. That's a lot of money. And you have it in here as conditionally perfect.
It needs 4 tires.
Other than that, I'm saying there's not.
There's no issues on
And
that
the car's not here now?
No, they drove the 2017 they bought from Helder, the Lunar Blue GLD 43.
But I mean, look at these. These are for sale all day in that right around 50 grand. It's exclusive AMG line pano.
Mm-hmm. Night package.
It only has 20s, not 21s?
Correct. And flowing lines.
And what color is it? Selenite or Alpine?
Selenite on black.
This is a really generous number. I'm worried about this car. Just that it seems like a lot of money, given the miles that it has. All right. All right, what's going on, everybody? Your bow tie's crooked. I know it always is. These bow ties, especially these ones from Bird Dog Bay, I really love them, but I can never tie them without them just being crazy. Like crazy all over the place. Crazy all over the place. But you know what? We deal with it. We move on. How's everyone doing today? It's been a few days since I've seen everyone. Hope you're all having a fantastic week. 580, 2 open autos. Want a new Benz? Can you get me done? Probably not. If you're a 580 and you've already got 2 open autos and you're not trading any of them in, that sounds like a tall task. Ben, hey, from LA, like Los Angeles or Louisiana? Jeffrey, what's going on, brother? What's up with the new MB charging stations? That's a brand. I got an offer from Chase about them. Yeah, so Mercedes-Benz is installing their own branded Mercedes-Benz high-speed charge stations. I think they've only got a couple of them done so far, probably mostly out in California, but they're going to be like super high-end gas stations, if you will, but for EVs. So they're going to be pretty slick. Ben is out in Los Angeles. Awesome, Ben. I appreciate you stopping by. Aubrey, thank you for the follow. Very kind of you. I appreciate that very much. How's everyone doing today? Downs enjoying the chat to the point where I'm considering Mercedes-Benz for my next vehicle. I love that. I appreciate you even giving us a consideration there. That's awesome. Michael, do most people finance or lease Mercedes? Luxury cars historically are leased more than they are financed. And that is because luxury buyers tend to be more willing to, they want to get something new every couple of years, right? So this is a popular topic that comes up a lot, and I think it's where a lot of people misunderstand these brands. It's not because these cars are unreliable. It's just because people that are buying a luxury product are they want to change it up more often. They're looking at transportation differently than the person that buys a car that is going to be less expensive and they're going to own it for a long, long time, right? So it just comes down to the mindset of the buyer. Chris is in a GLE 450. Any reason to move to a 580 or a GLE 53? Chris, I would say the 450 to me is kind of the least exciting variant of GLE. No disrespect, it's still a great car, and GLE is probably my favorite overall class. But I think that it's not a big enough step up from the GLE 350. So if you're gonna go, if you want to have that bigger engine, I say you go with the 53 or the 580. And the 53 and the 580 are two totally different vibes. All right, 53, you've got the inline six, the AMG. You've got it's AMG body styling, AMG tune on the engine. It's loud, it's fun, it's tight. The Geely 580 goes back to like the luxury vibe of a regular Geely, like a 350 or a 450, but then it stuffs the V8 in there, right? So that's kind of like the sleeper car where you've got the luxury look, but the big V8. So it's not going to be rowdy like the Geely 53. It's not going to have the aggressive styling like the Geely 53, but it's got that sleeper engine in it. So the Geely 580 is a vibe. I really like it. And the 53 is a vibe. The 450 is a great car, but I don't know that it's worth stepping up to that from a 350 without just going up to the 53 or the 580. Jordan, can I buy my next Mercedes from you? Absolutely. I would love that. Extra Ched, when is the Sealy 63 releasing? Boy, if I knew the answer to that. I don't know. We don't have official word from Mercedes-Benz. That car technically has not been officially announced just yet. Kim, what's going on? Thanks for always giving your honest, unbiased opinion. Kim, my pleasure. You and I have chatted a few times already now, and always happy to answer your questions. I do apologize that getting back to all the DMs is difficult for me when I juggle that with all the other things that I do, especially running the sales department here at Mercedes-Benz of North Olmsted. But I have appreciated our conversations in the past. Do you ship to Southern California? Yes, absolutely. We'll ship anywhere in the country. Shipping to California is anywhere from $1,200 to $2,500, depending on open and closed and where you live exactly, how common of a route you're on. Hey, can you get me a deal on a 580? I need to move forward ASAP on one. Absolutely, let's talk. We have a couple of 580s left. Mercedes-Benz has provided an incentivized money factor on those, so that is helping to get them on the road, which is fantastic. Constructive criticism, the uneven bow tie is off-putting. Well, I don't know if it's fair to say it's off-putting. You might not like it, but off-putting is a pretty strong word, right? That would say that it's so it's to the point that people are offended by me, right? And I don't think that a crooked bow tie is going to offend people, but I do apologize that it is crooked. I really do. How are the tariffs affecting you? So this is actually a topic I've been thinking about a lot lately, and I have my theory. I've had a lot of time to marinate on this, especially after the way I initially thought that tariffs would affect us, and I think as did everyone. It was when those were first announced, experts around the country and around the world were very concerned about what it would do to the economy and how it would affect the car market. And none of that has come to pass so far, which is good, right? But the biggest thing is that I really believe that this was actually the perfect scenario for every car manufacturer in the world, because during COVID, things got so out of whack from what they have historically normally been, where between the microchips and just the insane demand, manufacturers were selling cars at record paces and they were not able to produce enough to satisfy demand. And so what ended up happening is every manufacturer in the world raised prices more significantly than they ever had done previously. It's a very normal thing to have year over year increases in vehicles. That just like basic inflation has been around since the beginning of time, right? So that's nothing new. That's a totally normal thing. But every manufacturer, some worse than others, like Stellantis, really, they went hard in the paint, raising prices on cars much more than they normally would. And now you have this tariff thing that happens, and it's this big scary thing that's going to cost manufacturers a lot of money, and therefore we all assumed that that cost is going to get passed along to consumers, and it's going to cost consumers a lot of money. So that was really terrifying because things had already gotten so expensive in the last couple of years, and now you've got this tariff thing to worry about, and it's like, oh my goodness, how much more expensive can these cars get? But what's been happening in the last couple of years as we've come down from the COVID highs, and the Fed had to take drastic measures to get inflation back in line by raising rates. All of a sudden, you've got consumers that are out there that are very upset about how much the pricing went up during the COVID years, and now you've got this golden scenario where there's this very real, by the way, this is a very real thing, the impact of tariffs on the bottom line of these auto manufacturers. But instead of passing that along and raising prices, what they've ended up doing is basically holding the line and in many cases actually rolling back prices. And so it's been like the PR move of the century, where they had this terrible scenario where it made sense at the time to raise prices the way they did based on what supply and demand was doing, and then the bottom fell out. Everything started to normalize very quickly, and now they get to be the heroes and leave pricing where it is or even roll it back. And trust me when I tell you, it is impacting the bottom lines of these companies to the tune of multiple billions of dollars. But it was the right thing to do. I'm glad Mercedes has stepped up in a big way. A lot of other manufacturers have as well, holding these prices in line, rolling them back in some cases. So it ends up becoming this like bizarre PR golden goose where now you get to be the hero and not jack up prices because of tariffs. So yeah, I mean, it's going to hurt the bottom lines, but they're able to give back what they took during COVID, right? That's, I think, what's happening here. And so it's just a very interesting way that what a weird couple of years it's been. I'm just going to say that, right? But let's see. All of these people questioning that it's your opinion and not true, but you're in the car business. Well, look, again, this is just what I just said to you is my opinion. That's just how I kind of see it all happening. I think that every car manufacturer out there rightly saw an opportunity here to give back the increases of the last several years, and that's what most of them have done. Some of them have raised prices, most of them have not. Many of them have even rolled back a lot of prices. So I think this is working out in a way we could have never expected. Again, we still don't know the long-term effects, what it's going to be, but so far it has not gone the way that I thought it would, or really anybody thought it would, and that's good. That's good for consumers. That's good for me, right? I mean, let's be clear here. Cars becoming way more expensive makes my life harder. I don't want that, right? I would love if everything became less expensive. That makes my job easier, right? I'm here to help you all get a great deal on a car, hopefully achieve a dream of a Mercedes-Benz, and the more attainable they are, the better, right? So I'm here for it.
Relationships.
So,
sell cars.
Yeah, in stock?
In stock, 26 GLE.
Boom, look at you, and you were all worried. All right. Colin with another Dilio. Jack Johnson, your spot on was able to buy a brand new 2025 Palisade with 10 miles below MSRP and a 2023 fully loaded Genesis G70 below retail. There you go, buddy. Did them both yesterday, so he's telling the truth. Michael, correct. I worked for Honda, and markup was added during that time and since. Yeah, look, I mean, a lot of prices got increased during COVID in the years, really during the COVID years, and now they're able to kind of give some of that back. So it's working out, I think, great for everybody. Michael, wife has the G63, and I hate it, but I love the GLS. Well, Michael, I get it. The G63 is definitely not for everybody. It's definitely for me. I love them, but I'm glad that you love the GLS. Naeem, any deals on G580? Absolutely. Let's talk. Jared made your job easier. How? Look, don't get me wrong. I love Jared, but he did not make my job easier. He made it harder. He was entertaining. He was fun. We had a great time. He was difficult to work with because he was energetic, and he was excited, but he skipped a lot of steps. He didn't ask a lot of questions. It just made it, I mean, it was fun for all of you, I'm sure, from the purposes of content, but it was not very fun for me. Heather, he was difficult to date. Oh, Heather, I'm assuming that you and Jared dated. Interesting. Okay. Sergio, do the 2026 EQEs qualify for a tax credit as long as purchased before? Yes. So, well, just to be clear, the tax credit, it's not really a tax credit anymore, okay? The way that the tax credit works, you can't get it if you buy the car. If you lease the car, Mercedes-Benz is able to capture it. They pass it along to you. So yes, until September 30th, that lease cash, which is the tax credit, is achievable even on the 2026s. What's up, Angela? I am live. I'm not talking to myself, I promise.
No, I believe you. I have a 2021 China Blue G-Class we need to look at.
Oh, yes.
What
is this person wanting to buy?
He wants a new G63. He wanted the black one that we had, but we also have a CPO one that he's interested in across the street. All right, you guys are annoying.
Donald Dillio?
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh, Geely Coupe?
Yep. I had to buy her a damn hat and coffee mug.
That's okay.
There
I had
you
to buy
go.
clients the other day.
You
A
had to
hat
buy
too.
what?
I did too, yeah.
Alrighty, China Blue
Yeah.
G63 2021
Mm-hmm.
that you have in here is conditionally perfect.
Well, that's what I'm
Ugh.
coming here to talk to you about because it's not.
I've seen it. Uh-oh.
It's definitely. He said tires are shot. Definitely needs 4 new tires. He did just replace a windshield, but the what did my notes in here say? The windscreen has a dent that he believes is why the windshield.
I'm sorry,
cracked.
the wind screen?
That's what he called it. A wind.
There's no windscreen
Yeah.
on a G-Wagon.
It's right. There's a picture. There's a picture somewhere in there. If you look at the first picture, it's showing that there's a dent. He's trying to.
Wait, is that molding separated from the roof of
Yeah,
the...
I think that's He's saying that that's dented in, which is why he believes the windshield cracked. He replaced the windshield. The windshield's fixed.
Look, G-Wagons are flying bricks, okay?
Yeah.
The windshields, it's not if, it's when
Right.
on a G-Wagon windshield. So, by the way, anybody who's getting a G-Wagon, you get the windshield protection package. That's just not, you just don't not do that because your windshield will crack. So it looks almost like he hit something or maybe a
Something
garage
happened.
door came down
Oh,
on it
okay.
or something. I don't exactly know how to classify that. And also the rear bumper looks like it's...
Correct. Yes.
Messed
that
up
was
pretty
my
good.
Next thing. And then there was one.
That's going to
other.
be paint. That's all the way through.
Okay. He said brakes should be good, but.
Should be good. Famous last words. Has he ever done brakes? Well, then they're not.
Yeah.
It's a 5-year-old car.
Oh, and he's got 1 key.
Oh, no!
Yeah. He said an ex-NFL player owns this before, and it was really nice, but yeah.
Ay, 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 ay.
No.
Well, fortunately for him, AccuTrade, one of the rare misses on their part is very light on brake jobs for G-Wagons.
Okay.
This price is out at, like it's definitely not a G-Wagon. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly how to classify. I would say that it's kind of the roof that has a dent in it.
Yeah. Oh wait, brakes were replaced at brakes were replaced at 10,000 miles.
What?
Well, 11,000.
That's not good. Why?
This is saying Cherry Hill did front and rear brakes.
How hard is this car being driven?
Well, so the first owner did it, which was the NFL player. So I don't know. Maybe pretty hard.
It was only brake pads.
Okay.
It's going to need rotors at this point.
Okay.
And especially if they replaced brake pads that early, that would indicate to me that whoever owned this car drove it very hard.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
All right, so a lot going on with this one. I do appreciate them being
Oh yeah, he was super
upfront.
transparent.
A lot going on with this one. That dent above the windshield is very concerning to me. That could easily be some astronomical
Yeah.
fix, right? Because that's not exactly an easy part of the car to work on.
Okay.
One of the structurally most important and strongest parts of the entire car, right? So, but we shall see.
Here. And then what G63s are left available? New. I know the Hell Green.
Hell green, the
Arabian gray.
olive green, and the Arabian.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Wheatman windshield. We're not British here in the USA. What's the lease deal on an EQS? MBUSA is the best place to just get an idea of what the leases are going to be. You lease to drop negative equity. Yeah, that's a great reason to lease, right? We encourage that a lot. But again, most negative equity can be avoided altogether by leasing, right? Pick the car that you want. That, if you know you're getting a new car every 2-3 years, lease. Just make sure you do your proper mileage calculation, figure out how many miles am I legitimately going to need, and then you lease, and then you get a new car in a couple of years. Most of the time that we see negative equity, it's because people buy their cars because they've been taught that, oh, you need to own it, you need to buy it, right? If you're financing it, you don't own it. I'm sorry, you just don't. Let's be real. And then they trade it in after 2 or 3 years, but they did a 6-year finance, and they're trading it in after the biggest part of the biggest depreciation period, which is that first 2 to 3 years. And so they haven't paid it down nearly enough. So they roll negative equity, then they get another car, then they keep that one for 2 or 3 years, and then they trade that one, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And it all could be avoided if you just lease, right? So again, I want to be all extra clear. I'm never pushing leasing because it benefits me. It's a benefit to you, okay? The average American gets a new car every 3 years. You will have a hard time looking that statistic up because every study you're going to find excludes leases and people who keep cars for less than 5 years in their calculation, which is insane to me. I don't know why people would publish data that is, oh, we're only looking at people who buy cars and keep them for 5 years or longer, and that's how we'll determine how quickly people get new cars. No, that's not true. So if you're one of those average people that gets a new car every 3 years, then you should not be buying cars. You just shouldn't. It's madness. You lease them. So, Jason, what's going on, brother? Hey, Doug, obviously I'm a little early in this, but I'm wondering what is the average time people keep their leases if they're doing a 3-year lease, so they keep it full 3 years and you try to get them out early. So, yeah, Jason, with Mercedes-Benz, we've always had a 3-month pull-ahead program, which means that at the very least, you can get out 3 months early with no penalty whatsoever. And so that would mean on a 3-year lease, for example, by 33 months, you can get out and into a new car using all the loyalty programs. Now, depending on the car that you got, it's often not difficult to get out even a little bit earlier than that. I would say that generally, unless you drove way too many miles versus what you contracted for, usually when we're at that about 2.5-year mark, it's not very difficult to get out and into a new car. So, but again, the big asterisk there is going to be that you didn't, one, trash the car, hopefully, and that you didn't drive significantly more miles than you were contracting for. So if we're trying to get out early because you did 10,000 miles a year and then you ended up driving 15,000 miles a year, then the car will have depreciated to a point that we might have to kind of wait till the end. But on cars like the Sealy 53 AMG, I expect that car is going to hold its value well. GLEs are notorious for this, getting people out of GLE leases, GLE 350s specifically, not 450s, and GLC 300s. Those are typically cars that if people have driven the correct amount of miles or even less, that you will be able to get out without an issue. So, let's see. All right, we got somebody that needs to be excused. All right, that should be handled, I hope. All right, I drive on a brake leak, add brake fluid. It's okay, I didn't see the last there. Okay, I got a 200 credit score. Oh, 200 credit score. That's impressive because that's not possible, but good for you. Corey, do you lose on trade-ins often? Example, car needed a large unseen repair after taking in the vehicle. Yeah, it happens, Corey. It happens. On pre-owned car, you lose all the time in this business. People might not believe that, but the used car market especially is extremely volatile. It's like the stock market. It's very efficient, but it changes daily. And sometimes the car is going to need more once you put it through the shop than you anticipated, and that can put you in a bad spot. And sometimes cars just sit longer than you anticipate them sitting, and they depreciate quickly while it's here, and next thing you know, you're losing money to sell it. So despite what people think, it's not always sunshine and rainbows in the car business, right? There is plenty of times where you are selling a car at a loss, but ideally we try to minimize that as much as we can, of course. And what that really comes down to is making sure that you're being thorough when you acquire the car, but then you're also being very thorough when you merchandise the car to be resold, right? It's all about speed and proper merchandising, right? If you walked into a clothing store and all the clothes were strewn about on the floor and crumpled on the ground and nothing was hanging neatly in a rack, and that store didn't have a website, it'd be awfully hard for them to sell you much of anything because the merchandising would be bad. Marie says, just buy a Toyota. Well, Marie, just promise me if you're going to do that you buy a new one. GLC 300 Coupe, love it. Great choice. What else is going on? Do we have audio over on YouTube? Do we have the audio still? Can you all hear me over there? Or on Instagram? Whoop. Hopefully. AMG C63S Coupes, don't have any of those right now. Love those cars. I have a question about financing. All right, go. What do you want to know? What's the most affordable MBEV lease? EQB. EQB. Good, the first Mercedes SUV. GLC I love as an entry to the brand. That's a great place to start. Average income of your customer base. I don't know what an average is. The average would be very skewed. I think you'd be more interested in a median because we have plenty of mega millionaires that buy cars from us, but that would really skew the numbers. Oh, my chat was not scrolling for some reason. Russell, is there still a big demand for the S-Class? There's always consistent demand for the S-Class, Russell. That's for sure. It's a low volume car by comparison to a lot of other ones, so it's hard to say. The demand is always in line relative to supply, is how I would answer that. Do all of the GLS 450s have heated and vented seats? They do now, Eric. No, they do not all have massaging seats, no. What's a car that doesn't exist yet, but if it came out, it would compete with the G-Wagon well? Mine is Ford coming out with a Lincoln version of the Bronco. Yeah, I don't think the Bronco, even in luxury form, would compete with the G-Wagon. I just don't think... The Bronco is very cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's special enough, and I don't think Lincoln would be able to differentiate it enough to make it a G-Wagon competitor. Very curious to see what BMW is planning. I don't know if they're just trying to build hype for a future SUV that'll be off-roady, or if they really are going after the G-Wagon. I think that that is the type of vehicle where imitation is definitely the sincerest form of flattery. I don't know how you go after the G-Wagon without making something very similar to it, so I'd be interested to see what they come up with. I should not be muted on Instagram, so I'm really sorry. Can everyone hear me on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram? I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on. Let me try to... Okay, we should be good. Any lease deals on S-Class or G-Wagon? Yeah, there's always lease deals on all of the above. Junior had a CLK 350 Cabriolet, one of the best cars I've ever had. Great job, Junior. I loved the CLK. The CLK is the Mercedes that made me fall in love with the brand. Michael, hey, what's going on? Is a Browns player comes in to buy, do they pay cash or finance? They almost always finance. They finance or lease. What is the best value Mercedes? New or used in your opinion? GLEs. I think GLEs are probably the best value for sure. What size Benz SUV is equivalent to a Ford Explorer? GLE. Why isn't the Ford Everest in the US? Don't know, Bethany. I've never even heard of that. BMW design has jumped the shark. All the cars are ugly now. Well, John, I would definitely agree with you that their styling is adventurous, for sure. Why do you act the way that you do? Suncoast Vintage, what way do I act? Why the crackling? I don't know. What do you drive? Right now I'm driving a GLE 580 actually because we are sold out of EQS SUVs. What are your thoughts on the new 2026 CLA all-electric? I can't wait to get my hands on it, but until I see it in person, drive it, get to live with it, I really have no idea. I mean, I think it looks very cool. I'm very excited to see what MBOS is all about, And there's going to be a lot of new technology in that car. It's going to be super cool, and so I'm very, very excited for it. But when will new sales videos come out? They're generally going to be in the rotation. I would say any day now you can expect to see some new sales videos. But quickly, just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for hitting the like button, the thumbs up button. If you could do that, that's very helpful to me. If you're not following already, would humbly ask for a follow and a like and a subscribe and all that good stuff. So just thanks for being here. It means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. Thoughts on the M-Class? The M-Class, the original luxury SUV. That Mercedes was the first to do a luxury SUV, and the M-Class was the birth of that entire segment of cars. So that is now what we know as the GLE. Casey, your content and advice and insight is great. Casey, I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you for the kind words. How's your month going? It's been steadily ramping up. August is always a little bit up and down with back to school going on, but we, in the last 5 days, have really seen a big uptick. Straighten up the bow tie. Okay, another person who's upset about the bow tie. When is Merck going to sign Russell? I don't know. I don't know what the F1 team is doing there. Falconer, great advice for my wife on GLS versus Yukon Denali. I showed her the short you posted, and we checked out your inventory last night online. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. That one, that was funny. That made the cut. I think it was me answering your question. Mercedes competitor to a RAV4. We don't really have a direct competitor to that. You could compare the GLA, GLB, or GLC to the RAV4, really. F. Fernando, hi from, I'm guessing, downtown LA Benz. Thanks for stopping by. What's going on, brother?
You just...
We doing this right now?
Yeah, I'm going to have Joe just print this tonight, hard copies. You have this.
What do you need from me?
I just need you to load it real quick. He's got 15 on plastic, so we'll
15 on plastic? Who are you?
That's what he said. He's like, how much can I throw on plastic?
Oh. You know what's I've always noticed about you?
I pick up slangs that my clients
Yes.
talk about. Yeah.
You mimic the words that your clients use.
That was
It's pretty cute, to be
that
honest.
was a 15-minute deal.
Was it? Does it really have 6 miles on it, or are you BSing me?
You want to walk outside real quick? Grab your phone.
I'm just-
No. Since we're going to do
Colin,
this on TikTok
no, stop.
Live,
I can't just walk away so you can. I was just asking just a simple question. You don't have to get all riled up.
I love Steve, but yeah, sometimes it's Steve.
I'm live, by the way, Don, so don't be talking jive about Steve on for the whole world to hear.
Steve, I love you, but we gotta get stuff done.
Also, Charles wants to know how he can register for the job fair.
Who? Who?
Say, Charles, I put the link in my bio.
How do I register? Link is in the bio.
Link is in my bio. Just go there, register for the job fair. Come on. Are we transferring plates? Is he trading the car? No.
No.
So
He's going to give it to his son.
new plates. And we're doing that ELW
And the prepaid maintenance.
4-year.
4-year prepaid maintenance. 86,056 less 15,000.
Chuck in a random question. No, Chuck, no more questions for you. Is it all weather mass? It doesn't, and it's not going to.
Don,
Can you kill me?
get out of here.
Chuck, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. He's
No, he
fine.
won't.
Does he?
You might have to go through your stockpile of random all-weather mats.
Let's see, what car is you? Oh, you know what? That car. Just my own.
It's been a day today. Listen.
Don's in a silly mood. 6-year.
Look at this.
It's criminal that you're here in Crocs right now, Don.
I love it. Hey, he sold a car.
He really
He
is.
sold 2 cars today.
He really.
He sold 2 cars in that outfit, so I don't want to hear it.
He really is.
I don't want to hear it.
It is a criminal though. I didn't plan it. It was since I had a natural
What else
disaster.
class?
Huh?
What else class?
The 23 across the street.
Which one?
Only one we have.
We had an S?
Yeah.
What color?
Black with saddle body. It was. I had like a. It was a heavy sticker on it too. It was nice. You don't see those too often, right?
No.
Larry Joseph. This is for me.
What's wrong?
Trying to see what the. I feel like something didn't get taxed on here. I feel like when Roadster added prepaid maintenance back in the system, it's not calculating tax on there, because I bet you that's exactly it. Hold up, times 0.8%. Yeah, I'm like $250 higher than what's on here. Dang it, Roadster.
Guess we're eating it.
Mm.
In reality, we should really just not put maintenance in Roadster anymore.
Why?
Do it separately.
No, that's not. That wouldn't be good. It just slows everybody down.
Dom, I got the payoff. I'm forwarding it to you.
$32.11.85. Okay. This is a very generous deal that we're making him here on this 2026.
Well, that's what it was priced at in Roadster.
I know. I'm just saying, it's a great deal for him.
Joe Nelson said,
What?
Like, don't you pick on my Colin. He's done a lot for us.
Good. I love that.
And he's like, all right, man, happy wife, happy life. Shook my hand. He gave me a big hug.
All right, brother. You are just about all set. What is this? Black.
Yes. Steve, I still need the gas card.
Black. All-wheel drive. 4-cylinder. Black.
I got a fire set with Dawn, so just come see me.
5. All right.
At 80.
Go ahead. All done.
Thank you.
See, that's how long it takes to load a deal. That's it.
And that's how long it takes to sell a car. You got report.
That's right.
15 minutes, in and out.
Let's see. What do you think about Mercedes stopping the A-Class? Do they make up a large part of sales? No. A-Class sales are very low here in the States. Americans just are not buying small sedans anymore. They are buying SUVs. And so Mercedes is pivoting, like many manufacturers, to SUVs because that's what people want. Different parts of the world, it's different, right? There's cars that are offered in Europe that we don't have here. Garrett, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. As always, is it hard to get out of a lease that you just got? Yes. If you just got it, you need to drive it for a while. That is one thing I will say about leases, but this is really true for any car that you just bought. If you just bought a car, no matter how you paid for it, whether it's cash, finance, lease, unless it's like a Porsche GT3 or a G63, it's gonna hurt. That's just, unfortunately, it's used now. So, Mark G, awesome. All right, I'm not entirely sure the context on that, but I like it. Sounds good. I like it. Are they ever going to bring back the AMG E-Class wagon? Yes. The E53 wagon will be out presumably by the end of this month. That's an all-new model that we've never had before, and I'm extremely excited for it because it looks amazing, and it's going to be as powerful as the previous generation E63 was. This is a 600 horsepower beast. And it's also a plug-in hybrid, which I love because that means that you can drive it about 50, 60 miles of all-electric range. Additionally, I do expect that eventually we will get word about the E63 wagon. That still has not been announced, E63 in any capacity. John, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. But we do expect at some point we will get the E63 and the E63 wagon. Very much looking forward to that. That will be, I can only imagine how crazy that will be. So, hi, I'm Kim. I need a front license plate holder for my GLS 450, one that won't cause damage. Well, Kim, do you live in a state that requires a front plate? I'm assuming all of the front plates that come from the factory, that come with the car, have to be drilled into the front bumper. That's the only way to do it. There are alternatives out there that you could buy. You could remove your front tow hook cover and drill a bracket into there if you wanted to go that route. But if you're going to use a plate frame the front plate bracket from Mercedes-Benz, they do have to get drilled into that front bumper. So you might look into the solution. A lot of sports car owners will do this, where it's basically, it screws into the tow hook receiver on your front bumper. You just pop out that little cover there, it goes in there, and then it bolts onto the little bracket, so to speak, and you can avoid drilling into the bumper that way. Just make sure you hold on to that bumper cover, that tow hook cover. BG, what's going on from Rhode Island? Thanks for stopping by. Zachary, comparing your pre-owned inventory to the inventory in New Jersey, you have worry-free pricing similar to 2023 GLE 450 here, mileage-wise, basically the same prices, one listed at your dealer. Safe to assume market value is pretty similar in this region. Or do you, so generally, I mean, we consider ourselves to be in the Northeast region, so values are similar. Yes, Zachary. I mean, I would always be very curious. The beauty of used cars, and this is actually a passion of mine. I know I'm on here talking about new cars a lot, but I did get my start in used cars when I first cracked into the business. And one of my absolute favorite things to do is to take two pre-owned cars that on the surface look to be very similar and then dissect them, right? So once I have those two cars, whether it's one that I have in stock versus one that you're looking at in New Jersey, I can gather all the available information, including the build sheet, what options does it have, how many miles are on it, what color is it, what interior does it have, the equipment's very important. What dealership is it at? Is it at a Mercedes-Benz store? Is it at an off-brand store? Is it certified? Is it not certified? There are so many things that go into it, and I can really break it down. And if you're looking at a car that is a fantastic deal or a better deal than the one that we have, I will tell you that. I'm happy to do it. So, Northeast region, you say, I'm looking to get a new vehicle, real good credit. All right, let's talk. Look, I mean, we deal all over the country, okay? We're sending cars all over the country every month. That's a very normal thing that we do. It's 50% of our business is out of town, out of state. I mean, we obviously love our northeastern Ohioans, our Clevelanders. Of course, we love them very much, and we do a lot of business here locally. But if you want to be a volume store, we're technically in the Midwest, but as far as Mercedes-Benz is concerned, we're part of the Northeast. And we like to compete with the Northeast dealers that are in much more heavily populated areas. But if you want to sell a lot of cars, there's only so many people that are going to buy them in Cleveland. So we sell them all over the country. So if you are not local to us, then we are still happy to help you as if you lived right down the street. Right? That's just what we do. Jason, yeah, technically Ohio is the Midwest, Jason. If we're being real, if you're talking about it geographically, it is the Midwest, but Mercedes-Benz has kind of three regions. They've got Northeast, Western, and South. And in terms of those three regions, we are the Northeast. And again, yes, we're in the Midwest, but we don't like to compare ourselves to other Midwestern dealers, because outside of the Chicago stores, most of the Midwest is pretty conservative. They don't sell a ton of Mercedes-Benzes relative to the coasts and the southern part of the country. So a lot of Benzes are sold in Texas, right? The Dallas, Fort Worth, Plano areas, they sell a lot of cars down there. Some really great Mercedes-Benz dealerships that operate down that way. Zach, how bad is repo order for a car you paid and own now? It's been a year plus since paid off, credits recovered. Just seeing what it does to my odds of approval. Well, Zach, if you've had a car repossessed in the last year, that is going to make it difficult for you. There's only certain banks that will entertain that. And in the last couple years, with credit tightening up a little bit coming out of COVID, one of the things that we've really noticed is that repossessions, bankruptcies, all of the things that indicate not repaying obligations have been the quickest way for loans to not get approved. So there are certain subprime lenders that specialize in that kind of thing, but it does make it a little bit more difficult. You have to be a few years removed from that kind of stuff, unfortunately, to start going back to some of the captive lenders and the top tier banks, if you will. Are you new MB Fort Mitchell? Yeah. MB Fort Mitchell's down kind of in the Cincinnati market. They're in Kentucky, but technically it's the Cincinnati market. Thank you for everyone who's hitting the like button, tapping the screen, and hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate it. That really helps me out a lot and means a lot. And thank you to everybody who's a new follower today. Appreciate that. And if you're not following already, would love and appreciate a follow. Zach, but I own, was never repo, still same. I guess I would need a little bit. I'm not entirely following, Zach. If you could maybe email me or message me with a little bit more context there, I'll try to wrap my head around that. I apologize. It's so many different messages that I'm trying to read all at once, so sometimes it can be a little hard to follow along. Brent, currently have a 2025 olive green G550. Is the black G63 available? Brent, it is not. The black one is sold. The green one's available, and I do have another one that is now available that I can tell you about if you want to reach out. So we've had a few people that did the custom build, and now in the 11th hour they are pulling their G-Wagon trade, and I guess they were hoping that we would just let it slide, but you know, we have our policy in place for a reason, and this happens every year. It's not abnormal, but it's been just a couple people in the very recent past that have tried to get squirrely on us at the end there. So why do you sometimes ask if the buyer has Amex? So I asked that question a lot last year. That was a partnership that Mercedes-Benz had with American Express, and there were a lot of videos that aired earlier this year that were filmed last year. That partnership is now over, but if you are a AAA member or a Sam's Club member, well, AAA is currently on pause. They're having an issue there, but it should be back soon. Sam's Club, military, lots of other partnerships, Morgan Stanley Reserve, Bank of America Honors. Then there are various incentives that you qualify for being a member of those organizations. And then a lot of companies. If you work for a Fortune 500 company, you probably qualify for some extra incentives as well. So that's something that I'm happy to discuss with anybody on an individual basis, of course. Military vet, so you would qualify. You just need your military ID number, and through TrueCar you can qualify. So does an interesting spec and color help or hurt resale? I like unique colors like emerald green, GLS. Yeah, so all depends on the car that you're looking for. Some vehicles are more sensitive to kind of interesting colors where it might hurt their value a little bit. Others actually benefits it. So I would say emerald green is a fantastic color, very popular, because it's not everybody loves green, but emerald green is almost black, right? In low light conditions it looks black. In sunlight you get that beautiful emerald green. That is definitely a popular color, value add color. It always has sold well. It's been mostly discontinued or paused. Hopefully it will make a comeback, but right now you cannot custom order the emerald green on a new GLS if you were going to do that. So do you like the 2019 facelift C63S Solid Magno Gray with carbon? Yes. The facelifted C63 coupes, love them. Love them. That we sold those like you can't believe, and I have said many times that I think the C-Leaf 53 is currently taking this crown for us, but the C63 coupes were just the most car for the money I believe that you could buy at that time. I really do mean that. I really believe that. So, all right, gang, we're about getting ready to wrap up for the day, so I do appreciate all of you being here. Thank you to everybody that is a new follower today. Thank you to everybody that asked a question. I'm sorry that a lot of them I miss because it's just crazy and it's hard to read them all, but I really appreciate you being here.